couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Uconn Huskies taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Uconn will deliver the opening kickoff and will get this game going. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will have the first possession of the game. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll give it to him again. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
He's got it on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Back to throw, it's Balkinson. Spits it out to the back. Got his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And how nice is it, David, on third down to have a viable option running routes out of your backfield? That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back. Nice route, looking like he's going outside, cuts it in. Nice timing and rhythm with the quarterback. Nice third down conversion.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Using the spin move. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. He's got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Back open in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They're going to throw it again. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The Seminoles trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, no! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the Big Five.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Uconn Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll go to the counter play. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling one or two guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you and get to the running back before he gets started.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. He'll pull it on the read. Nice move to keep moving. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach. I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs, and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want them.
And a big play on the left sideline. Excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds. Uconn quick to the line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And he gets back on top of it and averts disaster.
Ooh, definitely dodged a bullet there. Listen, the quarterbacks don't run with the football all the time in practice, and they're not used to all that contact sometimes. Have a tendency to cough it up a little bit. A bad play because he coughed it up? Could have been worse, though. Good thing he landed on it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Uconn will have to punt it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff from the gun. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
To the air, it's Balkinson. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and they force the...
Got enough space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And the Noles have it with a 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida State. Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. Golly, you got him wide open. And that cat can roll. You're not talking about, a guy that's an average runner on the outside. You got to give him a little bit of a chance to run underneath that, put a little more air underneath it, but he just overshoots the line. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Jet sweep to the receiver. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Uconn quick to the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Looking to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. He finds his man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They're going to run it. Strikes the blow. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
The play-action fake. Forced out of the pocket. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This quarterback, man, is scary fast. I think sometimes he's too fast. I think on a play like that, sometimes when you're on the run, you just want to sort of settle yourself a little bit, get your feet under you so you can make a more accurate throw.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
The RPO, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Goes to the option. Quick toss. At the 35, he's got room. Just steamrolling his way through. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
How electrifying is this guy when the ball is in his hands? I'll tell you, he's making a name for himself all across college football. Ripped off over 100 yards in his last game out. He's basically at that now. This defense does not have an answer.
And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash. And this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Scooped up by the kicking team. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And man, David, you couldn't ask for any better starting field position than this.
This is as good as it gets.
He is smashing people. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now. On the run from inside his own 5.
didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense set on first down. They'll put the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's going to run it. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. Uconn quick to the line. Off play action. Extending the play. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. They've got the screen set up.
We'll give the defense credit there on third down. It almost looked like they were expecting the screen. They gave up a few yards, but not enough for a first down. Now they've got a chance to get off the field.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Offense working from the pistol.
Second down coming up.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and more. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the left side. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Quarterback keeps it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
We talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Back to pass, it's Balkinson. He turns that loose down the right side. Fires and picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dances away from one. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. He's got him in the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. To the ground with the back. Sweet cut there. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Uconn will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to going at halftime, it potentially makes some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Looking for a man. It's Balkinson. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. Got a man. It's Tolzien. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Hand off from the shotgun. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They'll immediately call timeout.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Step into the end zone. Touchdown, no! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They go to the ground. Across the 25, he's got room. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. After the misfire, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quarterback adapting. Trying to escape and get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Uconn going back to work on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. They're going to ride this running back. Still running at the 40. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
On the play.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Movement here from the tight end. Going to the running game. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. Open space at the 25. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense and seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post.
The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is.
31, Uconn. 13.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. He leaves it with his back. Sweet feet on the move. At the 45 on his way. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 10. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Man, how about this offense deciding to run the football, be physical, find a hole, get downhill, Palmer, and get the first down.
Yeah, and it helps, too, when you've got a running back like this guy. He just knows how to fall forward and get those hidden yards. Big weapon in this offense.
The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in. Touchdown, Florida State! And the beatdown has ensued. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Florida State, 38, Uconn.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Uconn offense goes back to work. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. He wants to throw. And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got it set up on the outside. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Uconn will have to punt it away. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense lining up for a first down play. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Quarterback will keep it. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to check. Open runway ahead. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw. It's Balkinson. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Tolzien. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Touchdown Seminoles! And the route is on. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns, and you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
UConn going back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Looking to pass on second down. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab down the middle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll throw it on first down. It's complete to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. They keep attacking through the air. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Grabs it in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field, the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. UConn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. And it's loose. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back. And a great return on the play before they're finally able to bring him down.
Man, what a big play for the offense. Offense, you get close to that goal line, man. The eyes get big. I'm going to make sure I get in the end zone. You lose concentration for 1 little second. The defense continues to fight, continues to hustle, and you have a bad turnover when you had a ball in position to score some daggum points.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it. Open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second down coming up. They move the tight end all over. Looking to throw, it's Balkinson. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The UConn offense goes back to work. And after that last turnover, David, prime example sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Caught near the sticks. It's Stokes. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Unloads it left. And wings it incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Quickly out to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Trying to convert this second and short. They'll run play action. And the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Scrambling away. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Turns it on in midfield. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Here comes the offense on second down. The give to the single back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Uconn going back to work on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Uconn will have to punt it away. On the move, it's Singletary. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too.